Looks like Australia potentially going to start on this Reinhardt. It does work very well against the Symmetra, but Canada potentially seeing this one coming. It looks like False is going to roll out on the Orisa as well. But for the most part, these teams are going to run at each other. It'd be interesting to see who comes out on top.
Yeah, who's gonna come out on top? The lads or the buds? False.
Let's find out.
Kuffa. See if Kuffa has what it takes on this Reinhardt. False. I'm the unofficial coach. Blow up his shield with your left click. Seeker, go tackle Burr. I was in a show match with you. I know you can aim.
Here's the thing, we're just going to yell coaching advice. That's going to be the entire cast. So if you're expecting something different, you're out.
Really good start for Canada. They're running the, oh wow. See the Orisa, the Orisa May comp, like just right away, rolled in.
He's been so
that was a start for Canada.
Just how excited he is to be playing for his region. He's very well known in the collegiate scene. Playing
that was a start right away. All right, here we go.
You might think, look at this roster, like, oh, not a lot of Overwatch League players that have experience in the Overwatch League, but hey.
See, Canada's whole strategy here is wall them off, play aggressive.
Yeah, Overwatch
now they switched to Sigma already and got off Reinhardt, so they're going to see a lot of the kind of that TP strategy we saw before that France just played. So now we kind of see in that same type of style we saw, while they also play very different. Really quick, decisive change by Australia, which means they already have a set plan if they do go against the squad. You're going to see a window come out from Canada pretty much ASAP once they see a good opportunity. They're going to window right away. They know they have the window advantage. They won the other team fight so cleanly that the other team didn't even have a chance to build their ult. It is still very much winnable to do this. They have to get to the East, though. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. No more ults out of Canada. Don't be surprised to see Canada switch off of the Orisa comp and go Sigma, because the idea of the Orisa is to prevent the Reinhardt from getting value. I'm not saying that they won't switch off. I mean that they won't 100% switch off Orisa, but I can see them making a switch if they keep losing team fights. The idea is to make it so Reinhardt wasn't that good. So.
Now ultimates are starting to come up. Nanda has that photon barrack, gives a huge advantage, and Aki is coming up to that amplification matrix, and Crimzo doesn't have his because he used it in the lost fight.
Here we go.
Photon barrier, ready to split up this point. Do you want to keep your half? Do you want to split up the fight into two halves?
Huge wall.
Different ways to place this, and Australia trying to defend the point, and Noxious using that ice block puts him in such a precarious situation, and I don't think Canada can save their buddy. So Australia.
I mean, no, Canada can definitely get on a limb here. That's
confirming these kills.
I think that mate wall had to be used because they were gonna lose.
Getting pushed away by the Noxious Blizzard.
Canada flipped the point right there. So now they're going to be able to have window and beat for any of the ults that are about to come up. They're just going to beat this. And they pop window. I think Canada might have actually flipped this point and wins this team fight because of that window. Yep.
And that will be Canada winning a pretty decisive fight.
Yep.
I like the idea from Australia to try and go proactive against the Canada squad, but it did not.
Being proactive is the play, but you need to be able to you can't stay there for too long if it's not working. And they stayed there for way too long, so Canada made a great play. Problem for Australia, look at their ults. They're out of ults. Canada recognizes this, they're going to rush in. With the Orisa ultimate. They're going for an Orisa combo. Oh no. It was too early! They wanted to go in with Orisa ult. So the idea was Bastion ult and then Orisa ult combo, but then they were too early. They're going in though. They're going to run into him with Orisa ult. They don't want to give them the opportunity. They're going to bring the fight to them.
They know it.
And then they TP.
To meet them halfway there. Where is Australia? Now they teleported on the other side of the board. Even Canada is unsure.
Oh, that's tough.
They
did. What honestly, what happened there? No ults here.
Not a lot of healing.
So what ended up happening there, chat, was they waited too long to engage. If they caught them in the middle there, they would have been a much better spot. But then they waited too long and they made a TP play. It was a great reaction by Australia. Canada still has an ultimate coming up, and they're going to be close to May ult again, so they're in a decent spot. But yeah,
see him setting up to go for the flank Terror Surge, but by the time they found
that was pretty good.
Already on the point, and Crimzo had already fallen. So big plays from Team Australia, considering they had no ultimates to go with, and now they're starting to charge them up as well. So Australia potentially back in the driver's seat of this round.
Yeah, Matrix from Aki could be. Starts off the fight for Australia, and Canada choosing to go down this long lane could hurt them in the end, but the teleporter as Nanda tries to meet Australia halfway with Canada. Terror Surge though, Australia just walk into pain. And Canada though, it's not looking too good.
They just need to survive for a second on point.
Can they finish off
I still feel like there's an opportunity for Australia to take this back just because of what they have. But Seeker survived that. Yeah, I think they're going to be fine now. They have a window.
And Crimzo will protect
they can touch point, but no, they can't. They're in front of a window. The sim wall though. Okay, wait a second. Now this gets a lot more interesting.
It is just such a
because the sim wall is going to let them sustain on point for a little bit, and then they're going to have
we got a Moira, we got a Tracer,
maybe Pulse Bomb soon. Oh, the Tracer's on the Bastion. The Tracer was on the Bastion.
Is it going to find any value? Nami falls.
Oh, great job by Crimzo to be able to peel there.
Australia are only down by 2.
That's a good beat.
Of damage hurts a lot.
This is a lot closer than I feel like it should have been on this last fight.
We're just going to run down Australia once and for all in this round 1. Although Australia have been known to turn fights before. It's taken a while.
Got the May.
I can't believe
The
it's
Lucio got the May.
Gets one, but with
They're actually about to have Pulse Bomb.
Nami's going to need to go nuclear to be able to win this. Gets the Pulse Bomb. He could turn this whole thing around with a big Pulse Bomb.
I mean, it's also Pulse Bomb. It probably will heal the team. All right, what a first round.
They're gone, and Canada will take round 1 100-81, but...
what a first round, chat. Holy crap.
That was an all-out brawl. There was no rhyme or reason. Honestly, both teams doing a great job of entering back into these fights, finding avenues, and both of the Baptistes were struggling to stay alive. They were usually the first ones going down. So now we had over
that was
to
ridiculous.
Cuffer's going to
good play.
Like start on the Sigma. I think if you know that the Canadian team is going to play the Orisa into you, if you try and play the Reinhardt, I think this is the right decision. Just put Cuffer on the Sigma.
Going in 1-by-1 by overtime. Yeah, if we had a bingo card.
They just weren't able to close out the round.
See if Cuffer will still live with a Bastion of Seeker.
Yeah, I mean, the idea behind Canada's comp is it makes it so Reinhardt's not playable, and they're confident playing the comp.
We got the
Static
Safari,
thanks for Fish Prime. Thank you, appreciate it. What I will say
honestly,
is that Canada,
has
Australia didn't start with this comp before, so now they may not lose that first team fight.
But, you know, I'll take it up with the refs.
Yeah.
Okay, Crimzo dies.
Crimzo down again. Wow.
That is the best Canadian talent we'll ever have. He better not leave. But he's dead, so he is left for now, but he'll be back. We'll be back.
And Australia utilizing the Symmetra very well. It feels like that's how we keep finding picks on the Crimzo. Australia, they're teleporting.
See, Australia didn't have that first team fight victory last time because they were running the Rhine comp, and the comp was designed to basically prevent the Rhine comp from getting value. So they're good on this comp. It's just Australia had a different approach to this comp this time around. They're going to TP past them, the same play.
That ultimate that could usually start that second fight. Look at this teleporter.
It's the strategy here is that when a team commits to them, they just TP behind them, and then they lose that play. The play, though, is going to be the difference between that May wall. Great window. That's a Canada team fight.
Canada are up by 1, and Seeker has been let loose, and he's hunting down. This is what the Wolfpack does.
Great team fight. Obviously, right now, Australia's going to have a bit of a window advantage now, but Canada's going to be confident that they can win this team fight. Australia has a slight timing here, and it's going to be hard for them to predict that time. And like we know this is the timing because we can see their percentages. Canada's trying to track their ultimates right now, and they're predicting that they might already have Sigma ultimate or window, so they're going to play around that a little bit, which I wouldn't doubt if they're playing to be aggressive, so they can get past the window.
Gotta get your Illus ready. Oh, and Matrix.
Okay, they certainly did not get past that window.
Catches Noxious and North off guard. Canada couldn't find shelter in time before the storm arrived. And Australia will keep their lead.
For Watch One Vent? Oh, the bingo stuff? No, so basically the bingo card. I need to switch. I need to switch it around a little bit.
Something north of 200 damage. You have to be so careful if you get.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the bingo card we use, but I'll have to switch off like 5 or 6 things and do it like.
And it gets charged up so quickly. So great play by Australia. They have to use the photon barrier as well to get into it. So now, Gravitic Flux Bastion ultimate.
It's gonna be 50-50 if I end up doing
that.
Such
a good combo because people cannot avoid it
with the bingo card.
Good thing Australia didn't.
Yeah, Canada's gonna ult. That's a good ult. That's a great ult. That's better than expected ult.
He died to that. Even with the immortality and everything. Great first pick by Canada. Soundbeers exchange. Canada in a 5v4. Also a back cap too by Canada has Australia's focus all over the place as they hope to escape. At least keep shelter inside of this building.
Very early sound barrier from Burlock trying to keep them in that fight, but as soon as Magic Bait Ball responds with his own, there's nothing you can do. So now tank ults. Blizzard here for Noxious.
Canada is going to have.
They do have the teleporter to sort of manipulate their movement around it, but you can see them struggling to find any position.
Yeah, they can't get the map. They're going to ult the May. Ooh, this is tough.
Floating into space.
Oh, that's tough. It worked out, but let me tell you. Oh, what?
A 3K Terra Surge by False as he just surges into Australia and buries him 6 feet under.
Huh?
Oh, that's not good.
Nice play.
That's not good. Great play by False.
I agree, and guess what? Canada has window advantage right now. They're going to be aggressive with window and May ult. They know this.
into the back line of Australia.
They're going to play aggressive. They're going to wait to see what the TP is. They're going to play in the middle. You see, so you see what's happening right now? They're going to fake like they're being aggressive, and the Mei is waiting for them to use the TP. That's why the Mei isn't there, by the way. The Mei is waiting for the TP. They're not moving because their strat has been the TP behind them. So the Mei was waiting for them to do that, but they didn't do that. So that's why the Mei's staying back there. Wow. I'm going to be honest with you. That was such an excellent adjustment by Australia. Because that was such an excellent adjustment. Because Canada was all set for that TP strat. They were going to bait them out with the window to TP behind them. And then the Mei was waiting. And then they didn't do anything. They just waited.
Australia, they have control. They have the photon barrier.
What a good play.
Is still holding on to this blizzard. He was anticipating a teleport play by Australia that just never came, so didn't get the opportunity to drop it. So fortunately, still holding on to that one. But last
they're going to be aggressive with Mayel now. They can't wait.
Needs to win this one to keep the map going.
They know there's a wall, so they have to play around a little bit. They had to use Lamp early. This is not good for Canada.
And just to heal back up, Aki stunned. Nami
dropping is this is the best play they could do. This was great.
Barrier helps Australia out.
They're down Lucio. They did.
As Canada are still hoping to flip, but without Magic Maypole, they won't have the speed. With the Hibernate Matrix, Noxious holding on to the Blizzard, hoping Australia get a bit closer, hiding from the rain of damage. Here comes more. It's Nami with the artillery strike, hoping to flush out the Rats of Canada. 99-99, almost a flip though, but not quite yet. Australia still have the point. The flex from Kuffa kind of zones himself off from the point. Canada.
It's so hard to say. Like
protecting it. It's just Seeker, and Australia will be forcing round 3.
And Nami just going nuclear on this Bastion right now, putting out so much damage in pair with the amplification.
Chat, you're gonna say they held Mail too long. There was a reason why they were doing that.
How strong Seeker is.
It wasn't going to be a Mail value they could get.
Right now, Nami's taking
so what they were trying to do was when they were waiting for their Lucio. You said they should have played Mei faster. They can't. They can't. They lost their Lucio, so they can't speed boost it. So like, in theory, they could have zoned him out with the Mail a little bit and maybe made a play off of that. But that's what happened.
Yeah, it's just like, well, I'm going down, may as well shoot some bullets on the way out. Doesn't find anything, and wow, that was a great play by False, but now we're tied up. We head over to
This is a good game.
As both teams stick with the same
This is a good game.
This is a pretty close-knit point, too. Now it's Orisa versus Sigma. False has been good at just running them down. That's exactly what Orisa needs to do. As long as you protect Seeker, it's the biggest source of damage, but Australia just trying to counter-rotate away.
Cover gets knocked into the pit, bounces back up. Nothing to see here, nothing to worry about. Australia does have first point control, so it's going to be Canada who are going to have to run into
I think where the spot where Canada went is actually a spot that people like to go to. So like you're able to take a little bit more of that map control from them, but at the same time, what Australia did is they made a really smart play. They actually just disengaged out of there and went to the spot that Canada went and took. You might see Canada flip the point here, just for a second. They're going to wait. Australia's going to try to take a little bit of damage here, build their window and counter. Actually, that was a great peek, a great pick by Seeker. They're going to win this team fight now. Great wall. You know what? That was actually played well by both teams. I think both teams played that extremely well. Canada just made a really good secondary play after Australia made the first play. Australia's just going to do a window play now. Window play though. Where they're going to do it from, I don't know.
The Sigma, you're trying to poke from mid-range, so even though Australia got capture point first, they eventually got pushed off by Canada, and then all of a sudden Australia gets a little sporadic, and they're the ones who get picked first. We are seeing Aki come up to this amplification matrix. They could do the same thing that Canada did, step onto the point, drop the amp matrix, force their opposition team away.
Canada have good shelter though on this high ground, and they're really not letting Australia get set up a law
good play.
The Maywolf from Noxious kind of broke things up.
The Sim was rolling them though.
But as Australia were just squeezing,
that was a good play. Honestly, so far. One thing I will say right now with Canada, their reactions to some of the ults that are happening, they're playing it well. They predicted that. That is not ideal. Oh no!
Trying to keep Kuffa alive.
That was one of those plays where it's like it's not even worth trying to keep the Sigma alive there.
Go by the wayside because Canada
it's not even worth it.
Holding on to so many of their
keeping them alive there won't change anything because then you're going to Sigma ult and then you probably survive it anyway.
Close to 5 ultimates. This is going to be very difficult for Australia to come in. They need some magic.
Yeah. Canada's trying to do the combo from earlier.
Friend splits up the fight, but Canada have already arrived. Artillery
They're
strike
split. They're split.
Just to get Australia low. Canada were looming to see what they could get out of that fight. Sound barrier engaged. Canada rush
Good play.
in, and a great spear
Good
hits
play.
Nanda.
That reaction by Canada was great. They recognized they were split. They backed off the point and connected on the point together, rather than like just kind of like all take 1v1s.
Just
that was
some of
they
their
split.
Ultimates not completely in sync, and it just feels like Canada was able to withstand everything that Team Australia threw at them. Doesn't look like they'll get another touch, and Team Canada.
And they touch, but it's not going to matter. That Doom's going to fall over if they even get remotely to the point.
By the javelin from False.
Great job by Canada.
Damn.
Great job by Canada.
Hey, you come back next map. But an interesting adjustment here for Australia. They aren't actually going to play the Reinhardt, to my disappointment. They're going to go back to the Sigma.
The Sigma
Unfortunately,
TP.
we don't have Punk to be able to come in to play the Sigma. He is obviously the Australian Overwatch League player, probably the best Overwatch League player that we've ever had come out of the region. And he's given the opportunity to Kuffer to be able to play on this international stage, to be able to play against some of these world-class players. So I want to see how Kuffer's going to match up in this Sigma mirror.
Yeah, low-key only think it's close because Punk isn't here. Thanks for giving us a chance. So charitable. But Canada are just speeding right on in. Have Australia
That's how you want to play it. They want to play close.
In a tiny room.
This is very smart across the board.
Try to break out. They may lose some bodies in the process, but they use the teleporter of Nanda to get to the high ground to try and put damage above False's shield. And they kill Crims. They constantly are just targeting my man's Crimso. What's up with that?
Oh no.
Yeah, honestly, you gotta attack the carry. Crimso has been such an exceptional Baptiste in the past, and they are doing a great job of like playing their strategy and then teleporting.
Yeah, Australia wants to play here, TP, make plays. Canada wants to be aggressive, but they want to get a good May wall. It's basically it's based off of a good TP or a good May wall. That's the difference here, right? If there's a good TP, absolutely awesome. If it's a good May wall, then you're gonna get some good follow-up. As you can see, they're going high ground though, taking a little bit of a different approach so that they can't just stack right here. It's actually a really smart play. Ashen is rotating around. I wonder if they caught this.
Maybe behind them, but no, maybe just shielding himself from the damage, and doesn't probably know where he is. Might have missed the teleporter, and he's by himself. Aki trying to support, and Australia got
I don't think that went as planned.
Teleporter play there, and Canada took advantage.
Yeah, I just complimented them.
I don't think that went as planned.
How flawless that was. That second attempt was nowhere near as flawless, and now Kuffer is actually getting staggered, even though he gets both of the backliners.
And they push the cart during that too. That's going to be tough.
Well, so
I mean, the good news is they have a Lucio and they have a TP.
Position before Kuffer can
so they should be able to get back.
Point, but honestly, that's minute and 40 seconds off of the clock for Team Australia, holding close spawn. If they get an effective, fight at the back end of this fight, that was a perfect play.
Yep, I agree.
Australia have a chance to recontest off this amp matrix from Aki, but has to get the right angle on it.
Canada doesn't have anything yet. If they want, they can window this.
The right click can be pretty deadly at range. Canada have the sound barrier too. Who's gonna pull the trigger? It's Australia. The Matrix walled off from Noxious, but it buys Canada.
Now they're gonna be aggressive because there's no way that there's basically no way that Canada can disengage this right now. Like, if they played aggressive, they can't disengage it because they have no Lucio. Lucio's gonna spawn up now. They're gonna have beat. They have a little bit of a slight beat advantage, but I think Australia's gonna probably lead in with their ultimate right now before they get around the corner. Actually, extremely smart play by Canada right now.
Early flux comes out from Falls, followed up by the Blizzard.
Ooh, Kuffa's very low too, and Burlog frozen up, killed, not able to drop the sound.
So you know how I talk about being proactive with your ultimates? Australia wanted to be aggro with theirs, but Canada recognized this and went right into their buttons. There wasn't even a chance.
Yeah, I think Burlock
there wasn't even a chance for them to be able to react to that and make a good play off of that.
Blizzard combo.
That was just wonderfully played.
Definitely took a lot of time off the clock.
That was wonderfully played in my opinion.
Managed to roll through, and that only cost them the Flux and the Blizzard. Smartly held onto some of their other ultimates. So now they're able to snowball. Are they going to be able to hold aggressively like you've already seen them? False stepping up. Doesn't want to give Australia the positioning.
Artillery strike from Seeker forces out the immortality, which is still very valuable. Australia are quite low.
Australia has an ult, but they're down already. No ult. No ult. Don't even ult. Just stand there. Yep. You wonder why they just stood there. They're just resetting. They have no reason to hit a button. It just let them win the fight and just reset.
Feels bad. Burlock just not able to get it off in time.
What they're gonna do now is this is my guess. They're gonna
cost them everything they have, and Australia will get another fight.
Australia's gonna move up to like the main door and TP behind them, because the other team's gonna try to stuff them at the doors here, so they're gonna TP behind.
But you can see Canada, they're going for a flank. They don't want to let them use these ultimates freely.
Noxious just getting away with putting so much damage on so many heroes.
So this was recognized. They recognized that was what Australia wanted to do. From Canada's side, they were like, wait a second, they're gonna try to do this play, so they didn't even give them an opportunity. That was a very good play. Playing aggressive.
And Canada cap point B.
Oh, was that a love heart? That was nice. Thank you, Noxious.
I wasn't sure.
But that's just great heads-up play from Canada. They recognize the disadvantage that they have in ultimates.
It was a good play. Basically, didn't let them set up to do the play. If they stayed back and tried to like keep them at the doors there, they would have TP'd by.
Sigma isn't really working. Let's go back to the tried and true.
All right, now they're on the Rhine. They're holding high ground. They're denying high ground. They're gonna go rotate bottom doors probably. I don't know if they'll go high on them. I think they might just rotate bottom doors. Depends.
Busted up quite quickly, and then you're a sitting duck.
What they're doing now is they can actually technically hold the point from here, and that high ground loses its value. This is basically denying the high ground value. This is something that you've seen in like a lot of maps before. But now they're just going to window, retake the high ground. Canada needs to disengage that, which they're doing a really good job of doing that. They get a free pick on the Lucio, and then now they can go over here and win this team fight. And then I don't know what they're going to do after that.
Australia also stay stable on the cart. They got
Unless
right where they want them. Somehow
never mind.
That's a huge flux too with the artillery strike.
Never mind. I thought that Australia had that, not at all. And now here's the problem. The one thing that Australia does have right now is Australia can use the sim wall, but there's also going to be a window here that can lead to a Mayel after, and they're just going to window them off. So they're in a unique spot here. That's a good start. I think they're going to get this fight up. Canada's just going to reset.
And Australia have removed that backline, that flanker.
Canada's going to reset.
Hope to bulldoze the rest of the Canadians.
They're okay with that. That was a little bit extra ult charge. Okay, so now Australia's gotten into a little bit better of a spot now. They're close to 3 really strong ultimates against that comp. Problem is that Canada does have Mayel and Beat, and Mayel and Beat can win team fights because you're allowed to aggress normally when you want. They've also switched to Orisa now because Orisa is a really good counter to. Actually, they switched off right away.
So you can see the tank mind games and swaps happening in real time.
They hit tab and they're like, yeah, they're on Orisa now. I'm off Ryan right now immediately. Good swap.
That cooldown, that would have been hilarious. Well, I would have been crying, but Canada. Hope to let her in here with the Blizzard. Magic Maple is just pushing people into the Blizzard. No one is frozen though, but here's the sound here.
It doesn't matter because it's own zone anyway.
A bit more time to really solidify Canada in this fight.
Maybe they get value with this Bastion ult.
So all damage from Canada
it's possible. I mean, they still have a tank on the side there.
Oh, what? 2K might have just saved this fight. I didn't think Canada was
this is great to see. You got to see the webcams.
To cap as they itch their heads and wonder what they can do in the next fight.
We have some Canadian observers in the production truck as well. They're like, okay, run it down. No, Canada won. You know, they're trying to.
Lily thinks the 17 months to tier 1. Thank you.
With an exceptional hold with Nami on the Bastion. I don't know how he comes up with a double kill.
Canada has a window play right now. They're going to be aggressive with this window.
So Australia are able to hold. A minute remaining here for Canada.
Australia's really close
once
to
again, not many
Australia might be able to hold this.
So how is Canada going to utilize the amplification matrix? So far, it feels like Australia's been trying to disengage from every single amplification.
Because they have to, yeah.
They're going to recognize that and throw it out a little bit later than they usually do.
Yeah, Crimso's smart. He won't use it here. Australia have a great moment to round this corner and avoid it. The Maywell's trying to isolate someone.
That's the timing. It's such a tough time in the window. It's just window's so good. There's a good wall. That wall is great. They're going to stay on the other side of the wall now. That basically is the equivalent of a support ultimate. They all have to back away. And now that gives them a free Sigma ult coming. Not a free Sigma ult. It gives them a Sigma ult, and they're close to a window of beating a Bastion ult. If they can get Bastion ult and Sigma ult right now, they can win this off of a combo. Even the Orisa ult won't even matter. It's going to come down to this. Bastion needs to get out.
And now final fight territory. False with a Terror Surge is a scary prospect if you watch map 1, but Kuffa can respond with the gravitic flux of his own.
Here we go.
Yeah, Orisa can take pressure really well.
They're waiting on it too. No, they're gonna go now. They're gonna be aggressive. They're not gonna wait in the combo anymore. They have too many elves to wait in the combo. Yep. They held.
A lot of healing is gone. There's no sound.
They held.
No hope for Canada to complete Circuit Royale. What a defense out of Australia.
Not bad. You said the TikTok stream went down?
Great play from Australia. Able to just
I'll be real with you. Like, I can't.
The skin of their teeth. So because
I won't be able to restart
it. They don't have to worry about getting to overtime. It's a simple strategy. All you got to do is get it to the end of the 3rd point.
Sorry on that.
The question that I have for Australia now is because False can't make those retroactive
unless it goes live automatically,
Orisa,
if they
it
changes the stream key every single time, so I wouldn't be able to connect to it right
Sigma
now.
Of False, or are they just going to try and take that Sigma mirror? Because when they were in the Sigma mirror, it felt like Canada had the edge.
Oh.
It's also been a You're looking at the tanks. I'm looking at the bastions too. Not gonna lie, Nami
Hello,
kind of
hello.
saved that fight.
Yeah,
for
it looks like it just
Australia
randomly
with
shut
that
off there.
2K.
Sorry.
Still don't know how that.
Yeah, that was a great job. I mean, that is a tough point to capture. So that was wonderfully played by Australia.
Off guard, just catching them in the
that bastion ult was very unexpected to get to, and when it got to, that basically created them an opportunity to win this. So.
Canada just
they have a chance now.
more decisive on these.
They have a chance now, and that's what matters.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Canada is doing a better job of adapting on the fly in the middle of these fights, while Australia is getting scattered a little bit too much. If they can start tighten that up a little bit, there's potential that they will, be able to start turning some of these fights. Because right now it feels like Canada, they're really
Canada didn't get
determining the flow of the game.
It wouldn't even matter. I'm gonna be honest with you. Once Australia beat such a huge ult advantage, it just wasn't gonna matter at that point. Like that result would not have saved the game.
Close range, but now seeing
it might have gone to the limb, but like there was just too much. They had too much of a rotation of ultimates. That Arisa's ult just, it needed to be on a little bit slightly better time, and it wasn't gonna be that way.
Along with the Lucio, Australia are out the gate.
Good strat. So what they just did right there is they TP'd the high ground and kind of took away this like angle. That at least gets them off the high ground, and it enforces a couple cooldowns. Now they can come back with their own.
Australia kind of have already used their cooldowns now, so I have to take a second.
And obviously the big advantage of Sigma is that you can shoot from mid-range and you have bullets, while Reinhardt, you have to be in their face if you're going to offer absolutely anything. So they need to keep going in with these teleporters if they're going to play this Reinhardt composition. The Kuffer's just so split from the rest of the team. Whoa! Getting very low.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're going to have to talk to him about that one. I thought he was charging into his own death.
They're split now. This is just a lost team fight.
Who is teleporting behind there? I don't know, but... Australia,
wait, the window flank! No, wait a second!
Bastion, but Canada got so
oh no, I didn't even. Oh wow! The window flank!
So Australia somehow get through in this fight.
Yeah, we were questioning that Symmetra teleport flank.
But it ended up being a window.
Where they were going because they were so split from the rest of the team. But
that was a good play.
Aki, who was just shooting into the back.
That was
a
good play.
Canadian team drops the amplification matrix and is able to trade out some of those kills. And the card starts moving.
That was
for
good.
Australia. That was great play.
Yep.
But you can see Kuffer at 31% ult charge, Nami at 40% ult charge. They have not been able to do anything so far in this matchup.
Yeah, they have a sim wall though. Well, that's not. That's you gotta run. Take that TP and just run. Not even worth.
Some random icicles at range. A lot of the supports are kind of getting first blood.
See, I recognize this ult charge build on Ryan. This is when I play Ryan. Honestly, they're like probably about 20% ahead of me on ult charge.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden it gets more difficult for the clumped up composition of Australia. They're going to be running into a Gravitic Flux from False. Noxious is going to have the Blizzard as well. So there's going to be so many threats that they're just going to have to avoid. Aki falls now as well. You spoke to it, Lemon. Just supports are falling left and right. Oh, later.
Whoa, I don't even know how that
Wait a second.
Teleport behind somebody and pin them in. Fun little
Wait a second.
Sound barrier from Canada. They think this is winnable, especially with Kuffa low. And
you know,
Canada, we're now playing
I think Australia's fine with that. They got beat.
And Australia have half their time bank on.
Wait a second.
Very messy all of a sudden. Aki goes up in the air. Sound barrier.
Canada's over ulted.
Everyone's just throwing ults left and right to stay in this fight. Finally,
but May is going to go for an ult really quickly here.
But Australia's got to be
a good wall at that. Big slam time?
You can see Noxious waiting there. He wants to drop the Blizzard.
No.
Big slam!
Get it off. He got stunned,
but the combo!
Still active. The artillery strike from Seeker.
Oh my!
And Australia are just sitting ducks, sitting kangaroos. I don't know, but man, Australia. They can pull through sometimes in these chaotic.
I'm gonna be honest with you, that was an ult
honestly, it feels like Australia wants to keep it a little messy. It feels like
that was an ult domino right there, Chad. That's all I got for you at that point. I couldn't even tell you.
Blizzard. He was stuck in the ice blocks. You saw
I couldn't even tell you at that point, Chad. I'll be real with you.
Maybe hoping with the Earth Shatter that he'd be able to cancel the Blizzard before it came out, but it just wasn't enough. And as soon as that Blizzard comes down, comboed with the artillery strike, there's just nothing Australia can do. And now, minute remaining for Australia to get through.
If they disengage just correctly, they have a window, but they were going to realize the Sim's out of position. They know the Sim doesn't have TP.
Australia there.
Australia's going to have to combo back with their own window. Exactly, good play. They had to use that because otherwise they're going to lose their Sim. Now they have to use Bastion ult here aggressively. Yeah. And they're going to be aggressive with Ryan because it's the only time when they have to even make a play off of that.
Canada, they're hoping to stay alive through all of this fire. 37 seconds in Australia.
Oh yeah, that's some Reinhardt right there.
His eyes.
Oh yeah, that is just that is a reset if I've seen it. That is not ideal. They're gonna have to go with fast hero. They're probably gonna switch off a Bastion at this point.
Australia just
Canada's not gonna let him sit here. False is gonna lead off with an ultimate right away. Is my guess.
Endless amounts of damage that Canada is throwing at them. They'll have one last fight. No ultimates to speak to, and False has a Gravitic Flux. This is going to be difficult. You're going to need something special from somebody.
All right, last fight for Australia, or will it be Canada taking the series? Australia now hoping to run away from this grab flux. You know, Kuffa's gonna get killed by the rest of the team. Let's go for the most important ones. The supports. Aki is just getting backhanded by
That was a good play. I like that.
Australia are just scuffling through the car, not
really
able to
like that
contest it
play.
for much
That was
longer. And Canada take the series to, oh, I had something meaner to say, but you know, GG's, man.
How did
What a matchup.